Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a Stitch With Me video. I have only done a tiny bit on the Drawn Threads Deck the Halls since the last Stitch With Me video, picking pieces of fuzz off of my tripod. So I'm going to be working on this project again. Now it's actually technically only been a few days since I recorded the last Stitch With Me video. I'm recording this a couple days before it's actually going to go up because I have a day off of work. And I have to take advantage when I have a day off of work. I'm in the habit now, literally, I'll record 4 and 5 videos in a day on a day that I have off during the week. I just recorded 3 other videos before this one, because otherwise I just don't have time to do it, it seems like. And I have a bunch of videos still in the works. I have a whole list. It's amazing how many topics I can think of to talk about stitching. One of them is going to be a stash parade, thanks to Trisha of 3 Owl Threads, who did her stash parade video. I said, crap, that's a good way for, a good subject for a video. And for actually me to go through all my patterns and realize I never have to buy another pattern ever. But yeah, we know that's not going to happen. So, still a teensy bit sick, but feeling like 3,000% better than I did last week. Still have that little nagging cough and sort of a hoarse voice still. But yeah, some other videos coming in the works. I'm also going to do a year in review, probably towards the end of December, like December 30th, where I show all of my finishes that I've done in 2017, and I've actually done more than I thought I did, so that's awesome. And I'm actually going to do a favorite books video. I've read 313 books that I can remember that I have in my Goodreads profile, and I went through there yesterday and wrote down my favorite books out of that 313. I have a list of 45 books. So I'm going to do a video where I talk about the premise of each one, how I felt about it, try to show you the cover of each one on my iPad, because I don't have any of those books physically. They're all on my Kindle. So that should be probably a really long video. But for those of you who read and like to have different ideas for books, I thought that would be a good one to do too. And just some other stuff thrown in, because just when I think I'm at the end of my tutorials or at the end of my videos, something else I see online on the internet spurs me to want to do a video about it, which is awesome, because I really do want to grow this channel and make it something really worthwhile for all you guys to watch. So, today's tag is called 5 Questions, 1 Take. I was tagged by Simply in Stitches on Instagram to do this tag. I found the questions, but I have not looked at them. I didn't want to look at them beforehand. I did a screenshot of the questions, then printed it out, and I have it right next to me, so there may be some pauses as I try to think of answers, because normally when I do a tag, I will look at the questions beforehand, especially if there's 25 or 30 questions. I don't want to be like, I like to have some answers ready so I can talk about it and not make you guys wait. But for this 5 questions, I figure, this might not be that long of a Stitch With Me video. So, thank you Simply in Stitches for tagging me in this. And let's get started. Okay, let me get my thread started. I'm almost done this leaf. My throat's dry. Probably because I've recorded 3 other videos and been chitty-chatting. Okay. Question number 1. If you were given a paid sabbatical to spend a year living anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Wow. You know what? I know. Oh my God, I know. Eureka Springs, Arkansas. I'm telling you. Now, you may think, what the hell is that? Why would you pick that? Why would you not pick somewhere like Paris or Rome or, some exotic country? Let me tell you, my husband and I got married in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. They have a population, I'm pretty sure, of about 2,200 people. That's not a lot. They have one grocery store. They have one McDonald's. They boycotted Walmart building a Walmart in their town. They also are home to one of the most haunted hotels in America, apparently, the Crescent Hotel. We took a tour of it when we got married. We got married and then spent a couple days there as our honeymoon. So we took a tour, and it reminded me of the Overlook Hotel in The Shining. I was like, oh my God, I want to stay here. My husband's like, yeah, no. Yes. So anyway, this town reminds me of Mayberry from the Andy Griffith Show. Quiet. Everyone's nice. They have a main street where you can shop. I'm telling you, and everyone knew when we went somewhere, into a store or whatever, that we were not from that town. They knew. We wound up having most of our meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, at a diner across the street from where we were staying called the Route 66 Diner. We met this guy named Virgil there. He looked like a biker. He wore jeans and t-shirts and had a motorcycle and wore a bandana and had long blonde hair. As we got to know him and got to talk to him, he let us know that up until a couple years before that, he was on Wall Street. He was a corporate finance guy, and he got sick of it. And he moved his family to this town. And he now works as a waiter at this diner and loves it. He was so happy all the time, and I thought, wow, that is the American dream, right? But yeah, and I mean, if you want to go to a Walmart or somewhere else, you can, because 30 minutes outside of Eureka Springs, Arkansas is Branson, Missouri, where we actually went to Wax Museum and a bunch of different stores one day. Yeah, that's where I'd want to live. No doubt about it. Just such a quiet, peaceful town. So quiet and peaceful, I'm telling you. All right, wait a minute. I got to count because I am going to, well, and I got to do an away knot because there's no stitches around where I'm going to be starting the next leaf. Let me do that. All right, wait a minute. Let me count where I'm going to be starting. 1, 2. All right, I'm going to put my knot there. Wait a minute, let me get my thread started here. Okay, question number 2. Who was your favorite teacher growing up, and how did they influence you? My favorite teacher was my senior English teacher, Mr. Connor. He actually passed away a few years ago, which is sad because he wasn't old. Why I liked him is he didn't put up with any shit from any of the kids in our class, because let me tell you, oh my God, you remember what it's like to be a senior in high school? Jesus. We had some idiots. Just kids don't want to do anything. He did not put up with any crap. And he also was not afraid to talk about relevant issues in school, in our class. He also wrote me a really awesome recommendation for college, which I greatly appreciated. And he was just a really, really good person. I really got to know him over my senior year and had lots of discussions with him because I sat right in front of his face. I sat in the front row in our English class. But yeah, he would call people out that were being really, stupid. He had no... Kind of like, have you ever seen that movie, 10 Things I Hate About You, with Julia Stiles and Heath Ledger? Remember the black guy? I forget the teacher's name. And I'm pretty sure that was her English teacher. He was the same way. And really, just really, really liked that. And so I try to, in my everyday life, not take any shit. Now, we all take a certain amount of crap, let's face it. But for the most part, I really try to, just be my authentic self. And yeah, I never had a teacher like him in school again. Never did my whole career. High school career. Wait a minute, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2 more. All right. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty short Stitch With Me video. Number 3, name 3 things besides cross stitch that you're good at. I am good at proofreading. I'm really good at my job. I will see, in ads, street signs, whatever, I always catch the misspellings. Always. And I'm sure it's because of my job. So yeah, there's one thing. 2 other things. What else am I good at? Being organized, I like to say. Not having clutter. I mean, my house is pretty neat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm pretty good at being organized and getting things done. And I'm counting. The third thing. This is hard. It's hard without having the questions beforehand and being able to sit down and really, really think about it. Oh, I'm a good typist. I can type over 100 words a minute. Oh, yes, I can. I learned typing in high school, and the prerequisite for passing that class, because it wasn't like A, B, C, D, it was pass or fail. You had to be able to type 40 words a minute. Now, I took that course in my senior year of high school because I knew that going to college, I was going to have to type my papers, and I didn't want to be the hunt and peck kind of person. So, I took that course, was typing 40 words a minute. Over the summer, before I started college, I bought a CD, the Mavis Beacon typing course, and I worked on that all summer. And I didn't really know. I thought I could type like 60 words a minute by the time I started school. And then, excuse me, a couple years after graduating from college, working as a manager, hating it, I got a job, which if this company would not have closed down, I probably would still be working there. I would have never worked from home. This company was called VMS. I want to say VMS Reporting. I think it was just VMS though. We typed news clips from, your local news. Like, let's say they talked about a product. The company that makes that product would contact our company and say, hey, our product was mentioned on such and such a day at such and such a time. We want a transcript of that news clip. So I was typing news clips of our local news. It was actually a really interesting job. And you would type clips from, 1 minute to 3 minutes, so it wasn't that long. And my department was only 4 or 5 people, and it was really a fun group of women. It was a great job, and I was really sad when the company, our branch, just closed down. The whole company did not. I think the whole company is closed now. But yeah, I worked there a good 2 or 3 years. Really, really liked it. Anyway, when I interviewed for the job, you had to take a typing test. And so I took the typing test, and when I went for the interview, she said, we were really impressed with your typing test. You typed 75 words a minute with no errors. And I went, I did? I was shocked that I could type 75 words a minute. I had no clue that I could type that fast. And then in the process of working there for 2 or 3 years and typing more, when I finally started to work from home, I took another typing test just to see, and I typed like 110 words a minute. So yeah, I'm like blah, 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 really fast. Okay, was that 3 things? I think it was. Now, something else I think I'm pretty good at is solving computer problems. Like anytime there's something wrong with the Roku or our DVR box or the computer or the internet, my husband goes to me. I'm the one that has fixed numerous computer issues in our house. So, yeah. I think that's it. I mean, that's 4 things. Okay. Wait a minute, I gotta pause. I gotta get another thread. Damn cough. Okay, number 4. I'm gonna try to stretch this into at least a half an hour. Let me end this thread, get another thread. Oh, another video idea I'm gonna do. I decided this last night. I'm going to do an updated tutorial on applying and removing impress nails. First of all, the first tutorial, now I know how to film. Like I can film this close up. I'm going to film it like this way. I have had so many questions every time I post a new set of nails that I told my husband last night. I said, I have to do another video where I show removing them, putting a new set on, and I'm going to go through all of my Instagram posts and the last tutorial. I'm going to answer questions that you guys have asked because you've asked questions where I didn't answer those when I did the original tutorial. And the original tutorial, I think, was really far away. So hopefully I can get really close up this time now that I figured out how to do it. So watch for that because I'll probably be doing that in the next couple of weeks. Because man, do I love those impress nails. You guys know I do. Post about them all the time. It's the only thing I use on my nails now. Yeah. Okay, let me start this thread. Wait a minute, let me highlight what I just stitched because God knows I'll be messing that up if I don't. Love these little UV highlighters. Oh my God, they're my favorite. Target. A whole set of like 10 or 12 of them. Okay. Let me start a new thread. You can hear my dog snoring in the background. All right. Actually, I'm going to start right here. Let me pull this through first. I think I just go, yep, okay. All right, so question 4. Do you cook? What meal or recipe are you most known for? If you don't cook, what meal or recipe do you most like to have made for you? Okay. As a rule, I do not cook. I know I've said this before. My husband is the one that cooks dinner every night. Now, he also gets off work at 2:30 in the afternoon, when sometimes I don't get off work until 6 or 6:30 or even later. But on the days that I have off or I am done work early, I will help him with dinner. I clean up, dishes and all of that. But yeah, he is the primary cook for our household. There are a few things, however, that I do make and really like to make. One of them is meatloaf. Now, nothing fancy. I use the recipe on the back of the Lipton soup mix that is beefy onion, I think. It turns out brilliantly. Except they say to cook it for 1 hour. No. 2 hours. We learned that the hard way the first time I made it. And the second thing that I really like to make is curry chicken. Again, nothing fancy. Found the recipe on the back of the curry seasoning from the company McCormick. I haven't made that in a long time. I need to actually make that. I was thinking about that tonight for dinner, but we're having steak. Okay, but if I don't cook, what meal recipe do I most like to have made? It's a good question. I like my husband's spaghetti sauce very much because he puts garlic and all kinds of seasonings in there. And spaghetti pasta, one of my favorite meals. I could have it every day. So I'm going to say that. But he does a great job. I'm not picky. And if he ever doesn't want to cook and wants to order out, okay. I'm not against that either. Yeah. But yeah, we watch Hell's Kitchen, and they make beef Wellington on there a lot. And I've wanted to try beef Wellington for so long. And so a couple years ago, we went to... Wait a minute, I gotta see what I'm doing here. Okay, 2 in. We went to this fancy restaurant for New Year's Eve dinner that had beef Wellington. So I ordered it. And I promptly hated it. I just did not like, the meat wasn't cooked. The meat's like rare in it, or medium rare. No. And I was so disappointed because I really wanted to like it. Yeah. So disappointed in that. Okay, the last question. One cross-stitch question. What is your favorite pattern ever and why? Oh, Lord. Favorite pattern ever? That's a tough one. That is a difficult question. To pick one pattern, I can't pick just one. No. So, I do have a few favorites, however. So I'm going to say more than one, because there's no way I'm picking one. The Mon Ami Pierre ABC Christmas. If I had to really, really narrow it down to one, I'm going to say that one. Just because there's a really great story behind it, and I told that story in one of my previous videos. But I love stitching alphabets, and that one's all curly and cursive, and I was able to stitch that one pretty quickly, and it was on opalescent fabric, and it used Threadworks thread, which was gorgeous, and I really, really enjoyed stitching that. But two other favorites, I'm looking on my walls right now in front of me. Peony Pixie. I had such a good time stitching that pattern on that Fiberlicious effervescent fabric. Oh my God. Yeah. And then also Prairie Moons, the red and the black too. that I stitched on that orange fabric with black and teal thread. You know, I will always remember that piece because I stitched it during the 3 months that I had weekly chemo, which was one of the hardest periods that I've gone through, you know, this year. Remember, I had off for a month in the middle of that. The last month, I had off the month of March, or the middle of February to the middle of March. So I was able to watch a bunch of shows and do a bunch of stitching, and it took me 3 months to complete that piece. Am I doing this right? Wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. Did I mess up? 5, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I didn't mess up. Okay. Yeah, I have many patterns. I mean, to pick one is really difficult because I can look at a lot of patterns, like the autumn bird that I stitched from Satsuma Street. I loved that one. I loved the fabric. The fabric was from Fantasy Dyed Fabrics. It was a solo, and just really loved the way that turned out. And then the Hocus Pocus cat spell from Clouds Factory that I stitched. Just really loved that one too. I mean, there are just so many, especially all the Mirabilias, all the mermaids I've done. I mean, I've stitched a lot when I think about it in my stitching career. But yeah, the Mon Ami Pierre, ABC Christmas. And I'm looking now. I mean, I'd stitched the Bent Creek Oodles of Autumn. Oh my God. The fox, the moose, the raccoon in that. And then also the Thankful Owls, the Bent Creek Thankful Owls that I stitched last year at Thanksgiving. I mean, owls wearing an Indian feather headdress and a pilgrim hat. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah. Okay, well, got done that part of the leaf. I feel like I need to... I'm still getting used to stitching two-handed. And I even did a tutorial on it, which will go up before this, I think. I'm not sure. I have so many videos I've scheduled that are going to be going up. I have videos lined up until like the day after Christmas. Yeah. I have that many that I've done or have ideas of doing. But yeah, I can't wait on this to get to the words or even the cardinals. And I kind of wish, and you know what? I guess I could change it. This is a good cardinal color, right? I kind of wish I would have picked a brighter red, like to match the beads. I might still change it. I might change the red. I would like to use maybe like Crescent Classic Colorworks ribbon red, or I need to look through my DMC. I don't even know if I have that color. But yeah, maybe a brighter red, because when I pick this, I'm like, this is more like a cranberry. I want the bright red like these beads. So I may be changing that. But yeah, I can't wait to get to the letters. Although, let me show you part of the pattern and I'll tell you. In every letter, it's stitching and then back stitch. But it'll look good. Oh my God, I just had an idea. I think I'm going to do this. Wouldn't it be cool to do the back stitch on these letters in Petite Treasure braid? Yes. This piece would be very sparkly. I think I'm going to try that. Oh yeah. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm at least going to give it a shot. I think that'll look really cool. And it'll be really glittery with these beads. Okay, we're at the 30-minute mark. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to at least make it 30 minutes. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed that short tag. Again, Simply in Stitches, thank you so much if you're watching this for tagging me in that. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.